New translation with introductions, commentary, and notes by Everett Fox. These are the begettings of Noah. Noah was a righteous, wholehearted man in his generation. In accord with God did Noah walk. Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth had gone to ruin before God. The earth was filled with wrongdoing. God saw the earth, and here it had gone to ruin, for all flesh had ruined its way upon the earth. God said to Noah, "An end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with wrongdoing through them. Here, I am about to bring ruin upon them, along with the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood. With reeds make the ark, and cover it within and without with a covering of pitch. And this is how you are to make it: 300 cubits the length of the ark, 50 cubits its breadth, and 30 cubits its height. A skylight you are to make for the ark, finishing it to a cubit upward. The entrance of the ark you are to set in its side. With a lower, a second, and a third deck you are to make it. As for me, here I am about to bring on the deluge, water upon the earth, to bring ruin upon all flesh that has rush of life in it, from under the heavens. All that is on earth will perish. But I will establish my covenant with you. You are to come into the ark, you and your sons and your wife, and your sons' wives with you. And from all living things, from all flesh, you are to bring 2, from all into the ark, to remain alive with you. They are to be a male and a female, from fowl after their kind, from herd animals after their kind, from all crawling things of the soil after their kind. 2 from all are to come to you, to remain alive. As for you, take for yourself from all edible things that are eaten, and gather it to you. It shall be for you, and for them for eating. Noah did it. According to all that God commanded him, so he did. Yahweh said to Noah, "Come, you and all your household, into the ark. For you I have seen as righteous before me in this generation. From all pure animals you are to take 7, and 7, a male and his mate. And from all the animals that are not pure, 2, a male and his mate. And also from the fowl of the heavens, 7 and 7, male and female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. For in yet 7 days I will make it rain upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and will blot out all existing things that I have made from the face of the soil." Noah did it, according to all that Yahweh had commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the deluge occurred, water upon the earth. And Noah came, his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him, into the ark before the waters of the deluge, from the pure animals and from the animals that are not pure, and from the fowl and all that crawls about on the soil. 2 and 2 came to Noah into the ark, male and female, as God had commanded Noah. After the 7 days it was that the waters of the deluge were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd new moon, on the 17th day after the new moon, on that day. Then burst all the well springs of the great ocean, and the sluices of the heavens opened up. The torrent was upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. On that very day came Noah, and Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's sons, and Noah's wife, and his 3 sons' wives with them, into the ark. They and all wildlife after their kind, all herd animals after their kind, all crawling things that crawl upon the earth after their kind, all fowl after their kind, all chirping things, all winged things. They came to Noah, into the ark, 2 and 2, from all flesh in which there is the rush of life. And those that came, male and female, from all flesh they came, as God had commanded him. Yahweh closed upon him. The deluge was 40 days upon the earth. The waters increased and lifted the ark so that it was raised above the earth. The waters swelled and increased exceedingly upon the earth, so that the ark floated upon the face of the waters. When the waters had swelled exceedingly, yes, exceedingly over the earth, all high mountains that were under all the heavens were covered. 15 cubits upwards swelled the waters, thus the mountains were covered. Then expired all flesh that crawls about upon the earth, fowl, herd animals, wildlife, and all swarming things that swarm upon the earth, and all humans. All that had the breath of the rush of life in their nostrils, all that were on firm ground, died. He blotted out all existing things that were on the face of the soil, from man to beast, to crawling thing, and to fowl of the heavens. They were blotted out from the earth. Noah alone remained, and those who were with him in the ark. The waters swelled upon the earth for 150 days. But God paid mind to Noah, and all living things, all the animals that were with him in the ark. And God brought a rushing wind across the earth, so that the waters abated. The wellsprings of ocean and the sluices of the heaven were dammed up, and the torrent from the heavens was held back. The waters returned from upon the earth, continually advancing and returning. And the waters diminished at the end of 150 days. And the ark came to rest in the 7th new moon, on the 17th day after the new moon, upon the mountains of Ararat. Now the waters continued to advance and diminish until the 10th new moon. On the 10th, on the first day of the new moon, the tops of the mountains could be seen. At the end of 40 days it was, Noah opened the window of the ark that he had made, and sent out a raven. It went off, going off, and returning, until the waters were dried up from upon the earth. Then he sent out a dove from him, to see whether the waters had subsided from the face of the soil. But the dove found no resting place for the sole of her foot. So she returned to him into the ark. For there was water upon the face of all the earth. He sent forth his hand and took her, and brought her to him into the ark. Then he waited yet another 7 days, and sent out the dove yet again from the ark. The dove came back to him at eventime, and here, a freshly plucked olive leaf in her beak. So Noah knew that the waters had subsided from upon the earth. Then he waited yet another 7 days, and sent out the dove, but she returned to him again no more. And so it was in the 601st year, in the beginning month, on the first day of the new moon, that the waters left firm ground upon the earth. Noah removed the covering of the ark, and saw, here, the face of the soil was firm. Now in the 2nd new moon, on the 27th day after the new moon, the earth was dry. God spoke to Noah, saying, Go out of the ark, you and your wife, your sons and your sons' wives with you, all living things that are with you, all flesh, fowl, animals, and all crawling things that crawl about upon the earth. Have them go out with you, that they may swarm on earth, that they may bear fruit and become many upon the earth. So Noah went out, his sons, his wife, and his sons' wives with him, all living things, all crawling things, and all fowl, all that crawl about upon the earth. According to their clans, they went out of the ark. Noah built a slaughter site to Yahweh. He took from all the pure animals and from all pure fowl, and offered up offerings upon the altar. Now Yahweh smelled the soothing savor, and Yahweh said in his heart, I will never curse the soil again on humankind's account, since what the human heart forms is evil from its youth. I will never again strike down all living things as I have done. Again, all the days of the earth shall sowing and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night ever cease. Now God blessed Noah and his sons, and said to them, Bear fruit and be many, and fill the earth. Fear of you, dread of you, shall be upon all the wildlife of the earth, and upon all the fowl of the heavens, all that crawls on the soil, and all the fish of the sea. Into your hand they are given. All things crawling about that live, for you shall they be, for eating, as with the green plants. I now give you all. However, flesh with its life, its blood, you are not to eat. However, too, for your blood and your own lives I will demand satisfaction. From all wild animals I will demand it, and from humankind, from every man regarding his brother, demand satisfaction for human life. Whoever now sheds human blood, for that human shall his blood be shed. For in God's image he made humankind. As for you, bear fruit and be many, swarm on earth and become many on it. God said to Noah and to his sons with him, saying, As for me, here, I am about to establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with all living beings that are with you, fowl, herd animals, and all the wildlife of the earth with you, all those going out of the ark, of all the living things of the earth. I will establish my covenant with you. All flesh shall never be cut off again by waters of the deluge. Never again shall there be deluge, to bring the earth to ruin. And God said, This is the sign of the covenant which I set, between me and you and all living beings that are with you for ageless generations. My bow I set in the clouds, so that it may serve as a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. It shall be, when I becloud the earth with clouds, and in the clouds the bow is seen, I will call to mind my covenant, that is between me and you and all living beings, all flesh. Never again shall the waters become a deluge, to bring all flesh to ruin. When the bow is in the clouds, I will look at it, to call to mind the age-old covenant, between God and all living beings, all flesh that is upon the earth. God said to Noah, This is the sign of the covenant I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. Noah's sons who went out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japhet. Now Ham is the father of Canaan. These three were Noah's sons, and from these were scattered abroad all the earth folk. Now Noah was the first man of the soil. He planted a vineyard. When he drank from the wine, he became drunk and exposed himself in the middle of his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father's nakedness and told his two brothers outside. Then Shem and Japhet took a cloak. They put it on the shoulders of the two of them and walked backward to cover their father's nakedness. Their faces were turned backward, their father's nakedness they did not see. Now when Noah woke from his wine, it became known what his littlest son had done to him. He said, Damned be Canaan. Servant of servants may he be to his brothers. And he said, Blessed be Yahweh, God of Shem, but may Canaan be servant to them. May God extend Japhet. Let him dwell in the tents of Shem, but may Canaan be servant to them. And Noah lived after the deluge 300 years and 50 years, and all the days of Noah were 900 years and 50 years. Then he died. Now these are the beginnings of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japhet. Sons were born to them after the deluge. The sons of Japhet are Gomer and Magog, Madai, Yavan, and Tuval, Meshech, and Tiras. The sons of Gomer are Ashkenaz, Riphat, and Togarmah. The sons of Yavan are Elisha and Tarshish, Sittites and Dodanites. From these, the seacoast nations were divided by their lands, each one after its own tongue, according to their clans by their nations. The sons of Ham are Cush and Mitzrayim, Put and Canaan. The sons of Cush are Seva and Havilah, Savta, Ramah, and Savtecha. The sons of Ramah and Shava and Dedan. Cush begot Nimrod. He was the first mighty man on earth. He was a mighty hunter before Yahweh. Therefore the saying is, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before Yahweh. His kingdom at the beginning was Bavel, and Erech, Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. From this land Ashur went forth and built Nineveh, along with the city squares of Calah and Resen, between Nineveh and Calah, that is, the great city. Mitzrayim begot the Ludites. the Anamites, and the Lehavites, the Naphtuhites, the Patrusites, and the Casluhites, from where the Philistines come, and the Caphtorites. Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and Het, along with the Jebusite, the Amorite, and the Girgashite, the Hivite, the Archite, and the Sinite, the Arvadite, the Zemarite, and the Hamathite. Afterward, the Canaanite clans were scattered abroad. And the Canaanite territory went from Sidon. Then, as you come toward Gerar, as far as Gaza, then as you come towards Sodom and Amorah, Admah, Savoim, as far as Lasha, these are the sons of Ham, after their clans, after their tongues, by their lands, by their nations. Children were also born to Shem, the father of all the sons of Ever, Yefet's older brother. The sons of Shem and Elam and Ashur are Arpachshad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram are Uts and Hul, Geter, and Mash. Arpachshad begot Shelah. Shelah begot Ever. 2 sons were born to Ever. The name of the first one was Peleg, splitting. For in his days the earth folk were split up. And his brother's name was Yoktan. Yoktan begot Almodad and Sheleph, Hatzarmavet and Yerah, Hadoram, Uzal, and Dikla, Oval, Avimael, and Sheva, Ophir, Havilah, and Yovav. All these are the sons of Yoktan. Now their settlements went from Mishah, then as you come toward Sephar, to the mountain country of the east. These are the sons of Shem, after their clans, after their tongues, by their lands, after their nations. These are the clan groupings of the sons of Noah, after their begettings by their nations. From these the nations were divided on earth after the deluge. Now all the earth was of one language and one set of words. And it was when they migrated to the east that they found a valley in the land of Shinar and settled there. They said, each man to his neighbor, "Come now, let us bake bricks, and let us burn them well burnt." So for them brickstone was like building stone, and raw bitumen was for them like red mortar. Now they said, "Come now, let us build ourselves a city, and a tower, its top in the heavens, and let us make ourselves a name, lest we be scattered over the face of all the earth." But Yahweh came down to look over the city and the tower that the humans were building. Yahweh said, "Here, one people, with one language for them all, and this is merely the first of their doings. Now there will be no barrier for them in all that they scheme to do. Come now, let us go down, and there let us baffle their language, so that no man will understand the language of his neighbor." So Yahweh scattered them from there over the face of all the earth, and they had to stop building the city. Therefore its name was called Bavel. For there Yahweh baffled the language of all the earth folk, and from there Yahweh scattered them over the face of all the earth. These are the begettings of Shem. Shem was 100 years old. Then he begot Arpachshad 2 years after the deluge. And Shem lived after he begot Arpachshad 500 years, and begot other sons and daughters. Arpachshad lived 35 years. Then he begot Shelah. And Arpachshad lived after he begot Shelah 3 years and 400 years, and begot other sons and daughters. Shelah lived 30 years. Then he begot Ever. And Shelah lived after he begot Ever 3 years and 400 years, and begot other sons and daughters. When Ever had lived 34 years, he begot Peleg. And Ever lived after he begot Peleg 30 years and 400 years, and begot other sons and daughters. When Peleg had lived 30 years, he begot Reu. And Peleg lived after he begot Reu 9 years and 200 years, and begot other sons and daughters. When Reu had lived 32 years, he begot Serug. And Reu lived after he begot Serug 7 years and 200 years, and begot other sons and daughters. When Serug had lived 30 years, he begot Nahor. And Serug lived after he begot Nahor 200 years and begot other sons and daughters. When Nahor had lived 29 years, he begot Terah. And Nahor lived after he begot Terah 19 years and 100 years, and begot other sons and daughters. When Terah had lived 70 years, he begot Avram, Nahor, and Haran. Now these are the beginnings of Terah. Terah begot Avram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran begot Lot. Haran died in the living presence of Terah, his father, in the land of his kindred, in Ur of the Chaldeans. Avram and Nahor took themselves wives. The name of Avram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah, daughter of Haran, father of Milcah, and father of Yiscah. Now Sarai was barren, she had no child. Terah took Avram, his son, and Lot, son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai, his daughter-in-law, wife of Avram, his son. They set out together from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan. But when they had come as far as Haran, they settled there. And the days of Terah were 5 years and 200 years. Then Terah died, and Haran